Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. No, actually, when it's wet, we can do stuff like this. As much fun as the wet is, it does make it a bit challenging. But for those who decided to actually do some motorsport rather than stay indoors and watch telly, it was a great day. over the next few episodes, we're going to look at how the Isle of Wight Car Club actually runs. And in this episode, we're going to have a closer look at what's involved in being a marshal.
Explain to me the roles and responsibilities of a start marshal.
The responsibility of the start marshal is to ensure that the course is cleared and safe for a car to go round it. So it's prime task is to ensure that you don't let a car go out while the course is not ready. So I check all the marshals are clear, make sure the timing guys are ready to start the clock, make sure the driver's got his lid on and his the car scrutineered and he's signed on. Once all of those checks are made, I can let the car go.
Very responsible job.
Very important, yes.
Thank you very much.
Go on then. Well.
Participants are randomly selected to become marshals at the start of the day, and you'll be allocated a particular run. For example, you may be asked to marshal during run 3. Don't worry, you won't lose that run, as you'll be able to do 2 runs during run 4. And if you've been selected to marshal during run 6, you'll need to do 2 runs during run 5. Being a marshal is not complicated, but it will require your concentration. You will be allocated a position on the circuit and issued with a high-vis jacket, a fire extinguisher, a red flag and a 2-way radio. If you spot anything dangerous, that could include a problem with the car or something on the track, wave the red flag, the driver will stop and then we can sort the problem out. The fire extinguisher is there just in case.
Sheps, tell me about the roles and responsibilities of being a marshal. What's your job entail?
I've got to check that no one goes the wrong way, report if they hit a cone, look cool. That's about it.
How do you know where to put the cone back if someone hits a cone?
Someone very kindly in the morning has gone round with a nice bit of chalk and marked it out for me.
A 2-way radio isn't as easy as using a telephone. One of the most important buttons on this radio is the press to talk button. That's on the side. This button does exactly what it says. You have to press it before you talk. But by the same token, it should also be called the release to listen button, because you have to release it to be able to hear everybody else. And because of this, we all have to talk one at a time.
Marshal 2 clear.
My top tip is press the talk button, wait for 1 second, say what you have to say, wait for another second, and then release it. That way, you won't be turning the button on and off halfway through what you're saying.
Are you clear?
1 clear.
Be clear.
If you see a car touch a cone, you need to report this to the control box.
+5.
5 received.
Only when it's safe to do so, go and put the cone back where it belongs. It's very important that the cones stay in the same place for the entire day. That way, it makes it fair for all. So in conclusion, marshals are a vital part of the Isle of Wight Car Club, and without them, events just would not happen. If you have any queries about being a marshal, ask at the control box at the beginning of the day.
Marshal 2 clear.
interrupt your internet viewing to bring you an Isle of Wight Car Club newsflash. The venue for the Isle of Wight Car Club Unsealed Surface event on the 26th of July has been changed. The event was formerly going to take part at Knighton Sandpit and will now be held at Hazlitt Farm in Shorewell. I have been reliably informed this is a wonderful circuit set on a stubble field and is much smoother than Hatherfield. So please tell your fellow Isle of Wight Car Club colleagues about the change of venue. See you there! Camaraderie between the ladies at Car Club is fantastic. When Jill Broomfield broke her car, Vicky Cox offered her car for the rest of the day.
A lot more power than mine. I'm a little scared.
Who would have believed it? Check this out. Event winner Adam Greenan in a classic Mini, front wheel drive. Second place, Ricky Shepherd in his low cost, rear wheel drive. Third place, Chris Greenham, classic Mini, front wheel drive. Fourth place, Dan Morgan, rear wheel drive. Dave Goodwin, front wheel drive. Toby Allen, rear wheel drive. Okay, let's see who's top of their class. Look, as usual, nobody in class 1. I don't know why, it's the perfect entry level into this grassroots motorsport. You know what? No, I'm going to go and do it myself. Okay, let's see who's top of their class. In Class 1, some bloke called Kevin Richardson in his Toyota Yaris. Class 2, Cozzy in his MX-5. Class 3 was event winner Adam Greenan in his Classic Mini. Class 4, Toby Allen in his Lotus. And Class 5, Dan Morgan in his Sub-Zero. If you've never done a car club event before, all you need is a driving licence, a crash helmet, and a car that's safe. Come and join me in Class 1. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Let's look at the sealed surface leaderboard. There are only 7 points separating leader Ryan Munt and joint 6th place Dave Goodwin and Toby Allen. Thanks to his 2nd place today, Ricky Shepherd slotted into 4th place. Let's look at the combined leaderboard for 2015. Do you remember all those drop points I was talking about in a previous episode and how complicated it can all be? Well, at this point, I'm going to have to thank Dan Morgan. He's the man that does all the number crunching for us. And just so happens, he's at the top. But he's sharing the top with Steve Wells and Ryan Munt. They've all got 147 points. I can see the finale of this year being really exciting. On the 4th of July, the Isle of Wight Car Club ran a treasure hunt.
Damn.
Thank you very much to Brian for running the event and for Andy for his venue. It was a great day out, exploring the island, looking for clues, coming back to the campsite, having a barbecue, a few beers and arsing around. What more can you ask for? Now it's time for some in-car action as we look at the top 6 drivers of the day. Let's look at the top 2 drivers side by side so we can compare their driving styles. Adam Greenham on the right, Ricky Shepherd on the left. Here we go. Wowzers, look at the lead that Adam's got. This next bit's interesting, so I'm going to slow it down to half speed. Notice that Adam has positioned his Mini half on the white lines and half on the normal track. This is nice and grippy, and it's the racing line that everybody else has been using. Sheps is taking a bit of a risk and going on the extreme left. It's a bit slimy and horrible, but he doesn't have to handbrake turn to make the next gate. This makes for a smoother run, and he's gained some time. Coming into the final checkpoint, I'd have to say it's even Stevens. Congratulations to Adam, what a great drive. And if I'm a betting man, I'd have to say Ricky is going to get a win in 2015. Well, that's it. There are no more championship sealed surface events until the 31st of October, and that's the Healy weekend. However, don't forget about this event.